Yeah, the right wing in this country has been distorting and destroying and demonizing and twisting and perverting and polluting for so long now. And I just wonder how much longer before these vermin are finally chased from the airwaves. I don't know what it's going to take. The distortion, the half-truths, the untruths, they just never stop. Reg points out Rush has called women who stand up for the rights of women feminazis for years without a single whimper from anyone. This assault is only the latest and possibly most outrageous, but surely in line with everything Rush stands for. Beck is gone, Rush will follow. Reg. Yeah, that's why these advertisers pulling out, and Limbaugh coming on the air, waddling on the air with his half-witted, half-assed apology to a woman he demonizes and calls a whore by name, for God's sake. It's astonishing. And the apology was just more weasel words. It means nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I think the young woman involved understands it means nothing. William writes, Rush said long ago, or Rush called the homeless long ago urban outdoorsmen. And now we see even more homeless people. And now we see even more homeless. People can chip away at Rush, yet that might be like chipping away at a blob of mercury. It's just, I mean, Limbaugh's reputation is just, it just goes on, like I said, for 2.5 decades.
Well, I think my personal favorite was the time that he suggested that the subsidized breakfast program for children who couldn't afford to eat should be stopped, and the kids could just dumpster dive for food.
Yeah, teach them how to dive into dumpsters.
Dumpsters to eat garbage, because the government shouldn't be providing them with any breakfast.
Oh, he's filthy. He's just a filthy, filthy, degenerate man. You would think that somebody who manages to wring $1 million a week out of his filthy cadre of organizations that keep him on the air. And I call them filthy because what Rush does is nothing new. It's just a matter of degrees. He's been this way always. Demeans women, demeans children, demeans old people, demeans the homeless, demeans environmentalists, demeans everybody except porcine, wealthy scum like himself. And it just never stops. So this, 12, 14, whatever the hell it is, sponsors have said that's enough. It's about goddamn time. Where have you been? Where have you been? Man. Larry in Portland writes, Mike, I think Rush Limbaugh needs more time in drug rehab. Maybe we'll see him in an upcoming show on Dr. Drew. Larry goes on, it's obvious that Rush hates women, and his treatment of Georgetown law student Sandra Fluke this week just reinforces his disdain and disrespect for women. And I believe I know why he hates women. It's because, no, I can't say that. No. But I can do the next paragraph. Larry, this whole Republican charade about contraception and women's health by the Republicans in Congress has really wasted a lot of valuable time and taxpayer dollars. Makes me wonder if the Republicans were forced to do this crap by signing another Grover Norquist pledge. It also makes me wonder if the radical right-wing agenda by the righties in Congress on contraception and women's health was the last straw for moderate conservative Olympia Snowe when she announced this week that she'd had enough and should be resigning. Go back to 2010, months before the November election of the GOP Tea Party extremists that were campaigning that year on jobs, 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 and look what happened. Americans believed their jobs, 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 and voted these Tea Party scum into Congress. And so where are the jobs that these Tea Party extremists campaigned on in 2010? What have they been doing on jobs, jobs, jobs for the American people these last 2 years? They've had no follow-through. They effing lied in 2010, and they're still lying and dragging their dumb arses around in Congress. And for what? for some phony, fake, moral, religious freedom over the pill, contraception, birth control. And now the Senate rejected their whacked-out Blunt amendment. And in the meantime, a transportation infrastructure bill, which is a jobs bill, sits unacted upon in the halls of Congress because the effing Republicans wanted to attach a right-wing amendment to it, the Blunt Amendment. The Republican Party was hijacked by the Tea Party Nazi brown shirts in 2010, who keep using the flag and liberty and religion to attack women in 2012, using contraception as their weapon of choice in this particular battle. They lied about jobs, and the only jobs they produced are snow jobs on one of their own members and on the American people. Rush Limbaugh called the wrong person this week the word slut. That word, slut, it belongs to and describes the entire Republican Party in Congress. And it all started with their so-called leaders, Mitch Lantern Jaw McConnell and John Boner. Regards, Larry in Portland. Larry, very eloquent. I couldn't have said it better myself.